Sunday, June the 22nd, 2014, the day after the longest day, so presumably another minute shorter. That depressing time of year when the days get shorter now. This is Overstrand in Norfolk, North Norfolk, and today this afternoon I'm going to be doing an 8.5 mile circular, see how my leg bears up, and also to check this walk for North Norfolk Council trails, which is something I volunteered to do now. Pretty busy here today due to the fine weather. Pretty perfect for walking. Nice fresh breeze down here. It's about 20 degrees, I'd say. Overcast. It's about 3:30 now. This walk took me about 3 hours, well 2 3/4 hours last time actually. So it should be done back here around 6:30, I'd imagine. Overstrand is a pleasant enough little village. Typical bungalow country. Just come off Paul's Lane, which is probably the prettiest road in the village, where those bungalows were. Now following this small pathway through to Cromer Road. Someone planning here to build how many homes? 42 dwellings within a conservation area. Outrageous. Here you've got some evidence of the former station. The old line that run between Cromer and Mundesley and beyond. I don't know why that's not a walk really. Should be. Anyway, I wonder if this is the area where the homes are proposed to be built. Allotments at the moment. Very pleasant ascent here, with the omnipresent chiff-chaff in the background. There you go. Norfolk is traditionally associated with low-lying land, but there is some undulation up in this northeast corner, which is partly why I moved up here. You get the lofty heights of about 300 feet, I think it is, at Roman Camp, the highest point in the county. Around about here you're looking at around anything between 200 and 250 foot. And there you go. Ready to run as soon as I move. Got some young deer there. Not sure what type they are from this distance, but as you can see, that one sussed me out, prime to go. In fact, they look like roe deer. Good. In the background you can hear a small light plane taking off from Northrepps airfield, where you get a lot of, in fact there's one taking off now, one of the old paraglider chaps. If you've got the nerve, it must be a great way to travel. Apparently there's a point in Norfolk where if you hit it right, you can see from one part of the coast to the other, i.e. from Great Yarmouth right round to King's Lynn. So I'm told. Well, it's a mother and 2 young ones by the looks of it. But as I say, I'm not 100% sure of the variety. There they go. Been a little while since I've been out in the wilds, losing touch. Over there you've got a lovely field of what looks like cornflower. Not sure, but it's the wrong colour. It's purple and not blue. Wonderful colour to the countryside though. As this is a relatively high point around this area, you've got some foam masts over there at the hill known as Hungry Hill. Skylarks singing somewhere there. This is a more typical Norfolk scene. Some kind of lettuce or cabbage growing here. So we now reach the village of Northrepps. Jubilee year there. Some nice thatched cottages here, reflecting the former industry of the area, and similarly lots of flint, another product of abundance in the area. So here we have Flint Church at Northrepps, to a rather attractive house over there called Toad House. St Mary's, Northrepps. There's actually a public footpath through the church, but I don't believe that's the one we take. Well, in fact, the path does come by the church, so I think that was a mistake I made last time actually. It's a massive tower, very big church as well for the size of the village, again reflecting times past when Norfolk used to be the country's most affluent county due to the wool trade. You don't see much of that now. But anyway, as I say, a reflection of times gone by. We'll see something similar shortly at Southrepps as well. Big old churchyard. Left the stinging nettles there for some reason. Must be some grave there, I suppose. Wild meadow here again with some more of that purple flower, which I can see a bit closer up here. It's not a thistle. Interesting. As you'd imagine, goldcrests not far. Goldfinches not far away from this type of area. Potatoes here, and on my right again, but not on that side. They're in flower. Northrepps Church from another angle. Unusual sight in these parts. The farmers very nicely cut a path through the field for us. Haven't seen much of that around here. Not that I've been out that much, but this is good. And as you can see, the barley is just starting to turn. Got a Red Baron type character up there doing some acrobatics. Bit ominous really as we approach the Bitton line, which runs from Norwich to Sheringham. It's not as though it's Clapham Junction here. They get one train an hour, so you'd have to be waiting a long time. You've got a long enough time to contemplate your situation. Here we are. Quite a lofty view here from the railway line back to Northrepps. Then looking ahead towards the airfield. Water cannons out already. Not sure if you can see that, but it's a yellowhammer in there. Typical little bit of cheese and no bread song. There you go, just as I zoom out. The international airfield at Northrepps. Someone about to take off there by the looks of it. There she blows. Some kind of restaurant here as well. Absolutely ridiculous after the winter of rain that we've had. Norfolk's one of England's driest counties, if not the driest. So harking back to my previous comments in videos past, really do need to get a national grid in place to transfer water from the wettest parts of the country across to the driest. 52 billion being wasted on a railway line that nobody really needs apart from the white collar types, and yet water, which we all need, and crops that it helps provide us with, can be done for about 15 billion, if I remember correctly. Madness. And as I've also commented on before, and I believe the NFU, the National Farmers Union, have also raised the issue, where's all the water going to come from for this fracking that the government have just recently allowed? Fracking takes up a massive amount of water. Where's it coming from and who's paying for it? This country's in a right mess at the moment. There she goes, just as I cross over the railway line again. One of the single car units, or is it a double? Can't see. Like a double. Going down to Norwich. I've seen a number of unusual butterflies today. That was the first one I've been able to capture. Now, if anyone knows what that is, I'll be very pleased to know. Never seen it before. It's got a lovely sort of browny orangey wing inside when it opens the wing, which it clearly isn't doing at the moment. Amazing. There you go. In fact, it's blacky colour. What a wonderful butterfly that is. Like I say, I've never seen it before, and it is my intention to get down to Hicklin Broad in the next couple of weeks. Try and get a view of a swallowtail, one of the few places where it lives. Fantastic. This particular stretch of walk is full of them, so there's something here that they like. Isn't that strange? Never seen that before. Well, as you can see, the barley on this side very close to fruition. Well, it is the end of June, so on course really, which is quite surprising after the winter we had. although by all accounts it wasn't so wet up here. So as we look to Southrepps church in the distance there on the hill, this farmer hasn't been so helpful, as I mentioned. The path is visible but hasn't been properly cleared. Again, another field of barley that's almost ready. Skylarks everywhere. Closing in on Southrepps church. You get an idea of the size of it. Probably as big, if not bigger, than the one at Northrepps. There's our harbinger of summer. Gone. Wonderful swallow. Yeah, this is St James's Church, Southrepps. One of the churches on the Paston Way, if I remember correctly. Now I've come slightly off the official route here to view this pub, the Vernon Arms, because it's owned by the chap that used to own the house that I've bought, and he rented it out to the two sisters, both of whom are dead now. So I need to go in there at some point and have a chat with him. Appears to have a very large rear garden and is the scene of a local music festival every year, according to my neighbour who told me about the sisters. What a church that is, eh? As I say, reflecting former glories in this area. Now it's full of holiday homeowners and disgruntled locals who really don't like the holiday homeowners. Though clearly it's the holiday homeowners that provide employment for such people in this area. Great stained glass window, you can see right through the church to the other side. Incredible. Well, even in Norfolk, another week, another death. Not much of that hare left. I think it's a hare. That white golf ball feature on the horizon there is some kind of Ministry of Defence transmission unit at Walcott. That's over on the coast. Passed it on the way to Mundesley the other day for the last walk I recorded. Wind's picking up, a bit cloudier now, still very pleasant though. Well, this one's very close. Yeah, classic June afternoon. Skylarks, and as you can hear there, yellowhammer. A side view of the St James's Church, Southrepps. Very tranquil, huh? Apart from those planes and gliders taking off at Northrepps. nice wooded views towards the rear of a place called Fox Hills. By contrast to the barley that's almost ready for cutting, here we've got spring wheat by the looks of it. Yeah. Partridge or something in the background. And someone's accidentally trodden on a frog there. So that's 2 deaths this week. Poor thing. Now into a short mixed woodland section at Fox Hills. It is incredibly dry underfoot, must be said. There is an alternative path through the middle of this wood which is very pleasant. I've done that before, but it's not part of this official route check. So I might create a walk at some point to incorporate that. Now following a very pleasant green, almost like a lawn footpath. In the distance there we get another shot of Hungry Hill. Well, not quite because of the grass taking over the focus. Here we have the legend of the Shrieking Pit. Not sure if you're able to read that, but I'll do my best. And here is the pit, duckweed covered, just like my pond at the moment. And over the far side there's some young moorhens, I think. Where are they gone? In there. Just seen the mother. There you go. Some nice Highland cattle here. Wouldn't want to mess with them, would you? Hungry Hill radio transmission mast. Distant views of the sea towards Side Strand from up here. A vessel on the horizon. Lovely smell of manure as well. God knows what they eat up here. And views back from whence I've just come. Again, another example of the corn turning. Next time I check this walk, which is September, it'll all be ploughed in. Although, as I say, I might do the walk again in some other format myself. Vary it a bit. When I came through this little valley in May, in fact early June, it was carpeted in bluebells. Lovely sight it was. I'm going under the old Cromer Mundesley railway line through this tunnel here. Ghosts of steam trains past, which I've been watching at Sheringham recently, at the old North Norfolk railway. Trees grown out of the embankment. 50 years since this railway line last operated, I believe. Still in pretty good nick. As I say, it's a shame they don't turn it into a walk. So here we are back in Overstrand, and their commemoration to the Jubilee 2000. Views along the coast towards Mundesley, with that Ministry of Defence listening post just visible in the distance at Walcott. No relation to Theo. Tide is on its way out now, whereas when I started the walk, it's now 7 o'clock by the way, so tad in arrears, but that's probably because I've been filming. As you can see there, that monstrosity of a wind farm, 12 miles offshore that is. Sheringham Shoal I think it's called. Busy generating power today, very inefficiently though. Waste of time. So as the sun sets there, as I say, it's about 7:30 now, so there's another 2 hours before that sun sets. Looking along the cliffs now back towards Cromer Pier. Which is about 2 mile away, 2.5 mile. Temperature's certainly dropping now. Fresh breeze. Tide's on its way out. So, very pleasant walk that. A nice 8.5 mile circular. As I say, you allow about 3 hours for that one. Obviously, I've been filming, so a tad slower today. But a very pleasant walk for this area. Trouble is, there's not enough of them of a decent length. You know, 8.5 miles up here on a circular is pretty lengthy. But you know, I like starting at 10, even with a dodgy hip, and taking it from there. But perhaps I'll have to create some. Anyway, that's another walk done. See you next time.